Not the ideal start he was looking for. Double bogey 6 there on the first hole.
There's a chance here that Charlie Lydiard could be away and clear heading to our second playoff hole, the 11th. Let's see if Colin Howard can finish off what has been a superb recovery at the moment.
He will have been helped a little bit there by Ross's putt, so massive putt this for him. Took his medicine, played the hole sensibly after an iffy tee shot. Good looking stroke, firmly struck.
Oh yes.
Just buried that in the back of the hole. Now that will give him a huge lift and also give Lydiard something to think about.
Trilby's off to Colin Howard. Terrific putt there. Pardo, well, he'll be really feeling it now. No, and the pressure has told, I'm afraid, on Brett Pardo on this first hole.
Tentative stroke there, not really a smooth takeaway, and just pulled it left. Real sign of nerves. Going to give his putter a bit of a warning, I'm sure.
Well, the Kiwi, he looks like he would be quite at home in the second row for the All Blacks, turning to black and white here on the first green of the playoff. Williams, Steve Sylvester, and the officials looking on as Charlie Lydiard looks to walk away from this 10th green with a solid lead. He's going to do that. What a way to play the first playoff hole.
You know, he's played that hole beautifully. Solid tee shot, a little unlucky with his second shot, executed the chip perfectly, taps it in for par, and again there's that great camaraderie between him and his caddy.
Not the way Ross Hyam wanted to finish this first playoff hole. Has to settle for double bogey. And as the players head off towards the 11th tee, a very tricky par 3 indeed. Let's get the views of the panel. Here's Lee Sharp again.
Thanks, Simon. Well, a right mixed bag of scores there. And Richard, I think we had the low handicapper playing it best there.
We did. I mean, we set back up on the tee that this is a very tough par 4, and I think we saw it there in all its glory. I mean, the chap who was off one there, Charlie, played it pretty much by the textbook, got a little bit unlucky with his second shot when it kicked left, and we all thought it would kick right, but he's made a nice up and down for a 4, and he walks off feeling fairly pleased with himself. But I think when you look at Brett, has obviously had a nightmare up here on the first hole or 10th hole, and made a 7. He's going to be feeling very frustrated at that. But I think the interesting thing there was the other chap that hit it in the water off the tee, which was Colin. So he's taken a penalty drop, hit it back into the fairway, then played a fantastic recovery shot and has walked off after sinking a good putt with a 5. So he's he's taken his medicine there from a bad tee shot, and he can walk forward feeling fairly happy with himself.
And Brett with a 7, do you think he's out of it already?
He's not. There's still plenty of golf to be played, but it's going to be an uphill battle from now on for him, for sure.
And we've got a tough par 3 coming next. Do you think?
A tough par 3, but I think, as Richard said earlier, I think the real decision will come on the 18th. We saw the havoc that caused during the European Open, so even a 2-shot lead wouldn't be enough on the 18th.
Well, Simon, still all to play for. We'll hand it back to you.
Off they go to the par 3 11th hole. Charlie Lydiard is smiling, and well he might. But be warned, it doesn't get any easier from here. The second playoff hole to come after the break. The William Hunt Trilby Tour, sponsored by netflights.com. The William Hunt Trilby Tour, sponsored by netflights.com. Welcome back to the Trilby Tour Amateur Final Playoff. The top 4 players through after a really gruelling day here at the London Club. And they've started the playoff in interesting fashion. 10th hole played, and Charlie Lydiard is in the driving seat as we head to the 11th tee. Matt Woods, tell us what they're going to face here.
Real Nicklaus signature par 3, 208 yards, pin in that back left corner today, just playing slightly longer. Again, these big deep bunkers around the front left corner guarding the green. Green's 38 yards long, but the players will be looking to get this 20-25 feet right of the flag and into the middle. 3's a great score here and will probably move you forward in this playoff final.
Well, Matt, for the amateurs, this is a terrifying tee shot.
Yeah, this will be playing 3-4 iron for these guys. Wind slightly into and off the left. You know, really got to pick their shot and just execute it.
They won't feel that wind up there in the tee box, but as soon as the ball gets airborne, it's a very strong side wind which will hit the ball.
It looks like he's got 3 iron here, just trying to move it in there slightly right to left. I think he's just overcooked it, and there's some heavy rough down there. It's going to pose him some interesting problems. It's going to give the other 3 guys some real hope.
Well, lively applause from the gallery, but our leader, Charlie Lydiard, I don't think will be feeling too happy about that shot.
Yes.
We always have drama, don't we, Matt, on the playoff?
Absolutely, and that's probably the wrong side to miss it as well. Not much green to work with. The green will be sloping away from him quite quickly there.
Well, Howard took a drop after his tee shot at the 10th, the first of the playoff holes, but a fine recovery from him to come away with a 5, and he's kept himself in the hunt.
Yeah, it wasn't a very convincing swing off the first, so just be looking to calm things down here. He's lost that a little bit right, maybe a reaction to the tee shot on 10. I think he's lost it a long way right. Ooh. Tough shot coming up now, out the long grass over one of those deep bunkers. The only saving grace he's got there is lots of green to work with. This was always going to be one of the tougher holes from the 3, and it's really showing its teeth early.
Colin Howard can't believe it. He's in trouble again off the tee, and it could be big trouble. Well, can Ross Hyam rescue the situation?
Yeah, in my opinion, the best swing here in the playoff this year. Obviously, that's only sort of 20% of the game, but it definitely swings the club nicely. Again, another 3 or a 4 iron. Oh, he's executed that beautifully. Great commitment, great finish there. Body's fully rotated through.
Oh yes, Hyam is after Lydiard, and at the moment he's the only man on the dance floor.
And that's really thrown the gauntlet down for the other 3. Great shot there.
Now Brett Pardo needs something similar. A treble bogey on the first playoff hole has put him in trouble. Can the big New Zealander get back into this final? There's your answer. He's let it go. It hasn't hit the path. That's what he asked for. And I think he might have got away with it. Here's Lee and the boys again.
So they started to spray it everywhere a little bit there. A couple blocked out right and 1 down left.
Well, I'll tell you, this is a real championship hole they've just played. It's playing over 200 yards into the wind left to right, and it's found them all out. Bar Ross, who's made a great comeback by hitting a fabulous long iron into the teeth of the wind, giving himself an outside chance for a birdie. I think the other players are going to struggle to make bogey here. It's that difficult.
Really? It is a tough hole. It's a long one. How did you find it?
I hit 4 iron, hit a pretty good shot, and it actually just landed just over the bunker and went over the back of the green. So Ross has had a fantastic shot there to hit it high enough and keep it on the green, and the other guys have really struggled and sprayed it, and they're really going to struggle to make bogey.
Richard, some tough shots coming from it for the second shots?
Very tough for the second shot from up on that hill there. Of course, it all depends on the lie. They have got a bit of green to work with. If they've managed to pull a decent lie, they can get the ball up and give themselves a putt for a par. But I think, as John said, this is a very tough hole. You know, you're asking guys to hit long irons in a side wind, and you know, kind of not surprising that it's going to find out the guys who are perhaps slightly higher handicap, but they can still recover.
Well, Simon, a tough par 3. The lads will find it very difficult at the moment, but back to you. Let's see how they go.
Thank you, Lee. Well, the panel called it straight away, didn't they? They said this is a tough championship hole, and it's playing very much like that.
Yeah, tough shot here. He's got probably the best part of 70 yards to get it back to the flag. And he's done well, just coming out of that grass. There's no spin though, the ball's released. It's going to leave him a quick putt or a chip from just off the edge there. His challenge is fading here.
What a shame. He's a classy player, is Brett Pardo, we know that, but he hasn't quite got it together at the moment, under pressure in the playoff. And this man as well, Colin Howard, after such a great recovery on the first hole, he's in trouble again, Matt.
Yeah, he got himself out of trouble on the first, trying to do it here again on the second. Got to be careful of this front bunker. Oh dear. It's just gone from bad to worse.
Well, a bit off more than he could chew there. Colin Howard just wanted to try and make that absolutely perfect. And the other man in trouble is our leader, Charlie Lydiard. Just pulled it away to the left.
You've got to try and play this like a bunker shot. He's just got the ball first, so it's come out a bit hot. And that's over the back of the bunker. I think it's back in the long grass again.
Well, Matt, dreams are tumbling at the moment here at the 11th. We've got Howard in trouble, we've got Lydiard in trouble, we've got Pardo trying to get himself back in it, and Hyam could be looking at turning this whole tournament on its head.